You have to do something for 10 minutes minimum. If you don't have 10 minutes, you don't have a life.
Usually before the sun comes up, I offer myself to something greater than myself.
I cannot explain the power that I get from starting my day off and being bigger than my excuses and being in control.
Usually before the sun comes up, I offer myself to something greater than myself. If it's for 1 minute, 20 seconds, or 10 minutes, I at least stop in that space in my house every morning. I have a little meditation space where I just go. I have beautiful spiritual readings there. I light my 3 candles there, daily word or something. And I express to this greater energy field than I that I don't want to be alone as I move out into the world.
You guys that are just getting started, you're not going to start right here. You're going to start down there. Okay, probably in another city, another town. I grew up in Lake Charles, Louisiana, no money, raised by a single mother. I was in debt at 25 years old. The first thing that I had to do in my life was not learn a new skill. The first thing I had to do to get my life moving in the right direction was self-development. It was vital for me that I improved myself and I could start depending upon me. I had to show up every day with some rituals, some disciplines, and start getting myself to trust me. Not trust others, but trust myself to do the right thing every day. One of the things that I started doing was beating the sun up every morning. I'm gonna beat that sun up every morning so that I have the discipline and the control over my life. So I knew, hey, before that thing pops, I'm gonna pop. I'm gonna get out of bed, depend on myself, get up at the same time every day. And for me that time, regardless of where I was beat that sun up. No matter where I am, I'm gonna beat that thing up. So it gives me a sense of control over my own life. Second thing, I had to start cleaning up my life and my friends and my environment. When I was younger, between 15 and 25, I was doing crazy stuff in my life. Wasting my weekends. I have the saying, weekends are for the weak. I was drinking, fooling around with a bunch of bad things, bad people, making poor choices. At 25 years old, I cleaned it all up. Quit going to those places, quit using those things, quit hanging out with people that did not have ethics and discipline in their life, that weren't committed to the same things that I was. I wanted to build something in my life. I wanted to become someone. And to do that, to become someone in the eyes of the world, the first thing I had to do was become someone I could depend on.
Every morning, without fail, the first thing I do is I run. Without fail. I haven't missed a day of running since 2016, okay? So I get up, I do that. 4 days out of the week, I go to the gym, and every single night for 5.5 years, I stretch out for at least 2 hours.
That was a killer part of the book.
Every night, that's where so when you go so hard, mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, you have to have time set aside to quiet and recover. Recovery's big, the mind, especially the mind and the body.
Yep.
This is my time. There's no phone calls, there's no emails. The world does not exist.
Yep.
If you practice any new skill for 66 days in a row through the power of neuroplasticity, which is the brain's ability to adapt, then you are going to reach a point called automaticity. I want you to think about that term, automaticity. In other words, after 66 days of practicing the 20-20-20 formula and joining the 5 a.m. club and running the morning routine, you're going to get to a point where it's automatic. You're going to get to a point where it's actually easier to get up at 5 a.m. than to stay in bed. I also want to offer you a brain tattoo from the book to consider as you wire in this morning protocol of billionaires and highly creative people, professional athletes, and industry titans. And it's this: all change is hard at first, and it's messy in the middle, and it's beautiful at the end. I'm going to repeat that again for you because it's so important. All change is hard at first. If a new skill or a new routine or a new habit was easy, then it wouldn't be valuable change. So anything that's valuable is hard at first. You know, society says live an easy life. I suggest to you that whether it's a great morning routine, whether it's building a great business, whether it's releasing your master work to the world, maybe it's a great relationship, maybe it's a great interior life. it takes real effort. It takes the long game. It takes focus. It takes hard work. It takes bravery. But the rewards are so much more glorious than living an easy life, okay?
4 o'clock in the morning, I wake up, have my caffeine.
4 o'clock in the morning.
4 o'clock in the morning. But by the way, that's the magic hour. That 4 o'clock in the morning is when no one else is up, so no one else is bothering you, and you can focus on whatever work you have to get done.
You have to do something for 10 minutes minimum. If you don't have 10 minutes, you don't have a life. And
Ooh, that's so good.
I mean, I just like, you gotta do it, right?
That's good. If you don't have 10 minutes
You don't have a life.
to give to priming yourself.
That's right.
You
And
don't have
you
a
want
life
a prime life, you want a beautiful life, you want a beautiful family.
Oh, I love that you
But
say
I do
that.
this first time I wake up in the morning.
Yeah.
People always ask me, how are you so up all the time? But part of it is I attend all these seminars,
Yes.
I teach all this. But the real reason is
You prime yourself.
I prime myself. That's what I've done for years. It's like I change my body with this radical breathing pattern or movement. There's many ways to do it. But then I do through 10 minutes, and I do. It usually goes more because I'm enjoying it.
Yeah.
But 10 minutes is how I get myself to do it. 3.5 minutes of pure gratitude about 3 things. And I pick one of those 3 to be simple, because I don't want to be the astronaut that, he went to the moon, that was his idea of adventure, and then they all come back and were depressed because what do I do for the rest of my life? you know? So the wind in my face, my children's faces, anything. And the reason for gratitude is the 2 emotions that mess us up the most are fear and anger.
Yeah.
And you can't be grateful and fearful simultaneously. They don't go together. And you can't be angry and grateful simultaneously.